This is my outfit. I'm wearing this like romper thing. I don't know why I'm whispering, but I'm gonna try my beans. As I was reading, like, the messages kept coming up within me, having that expectation of people are gonna treat me shitty, people are gonna treat me like I'm less than, like it was already causing that ripple effect of energy, I feel like. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. My name is Alitzy, and on this channel we basically talk about spirituality, growth and healing, and how to live an abundant lifestyle in your current environment and getting to the environment that you want to be, period. I'm about to get my moon cycle, which is something that I feel like I always say when I make these types of videos, but it is true. If you've been watching my videos, then you know what's been going on. But today I feel like really good. So yeah, I just feel like making a vlog. I've been craving like filming like a vlog and being able to edit like a vlog type of thing. Oh, here we are today. I just got out the shower. As you guys just saw, I did my yoga practice for the day. I also journaled earlier in the morning, and I had a really crazy dream. A lot of like really intense messages that were coming through in many different ways that I was and wasn't realizing at the same time in my dream. But once I was able to journal about it, I was like, hold up.
Cut the cameras. Dead ass.
I got to the bottom of why editing me. I'm currently editing this video, as you can see, but I did want to come on here and give a quick disclaimer that in this video I do talk about over sexualizing yourself, and that being the result of trigger warning SA. If you know, you know. But yeah, like that being the after result of how I thought people viewed me because of experiencing something so traumatic, like SA and being abused. And yeah, so I just wanted to come on here and give a quick disclaimer. I will give disclaimers throughout the whole video as I talk about these things. And yeah, this was just a day in my life, like being able to feel like myself and tune into what my energy was telling me, and having all these channels come through. So yeah, back into the video. Why my intuition and my brain kept comparing certain people to the person who abused me as a kid, and I realized it was because for the same reason that the people that I was around, or the people that were getting compared, were literally reflecting the person who did hurt me, which is why my intuition and why my brain was comparing, because it was these people that get compared are literally reflecting the abuser. And I was like, whoa, why does the brain work like that? So yeah, I kind of had like a really like face-to-face moment within myself this rising, but also I was like, give thanks that my intuition and my brain do cope in this way now, that people that reflect toxic traits are being reflected to people that have hurt me in the past, for me to now be aware that I do not want to be around these people, if that makes sense. Because I realize that when I do meet good, genuine, like loving, unconditionally, like literally just amazing people, like they don't get compared like at all. Like I just see them for who they are. They don't get compared in looks, they don't get compared in the way that they talk, they just are themselves. But when I come across people who are toxic and manipulative, like my intuition is like right on point to compare these people on how they look like each other, or how they talk, or things that they do and stuff like that. And I was like, whoa, like holy crap, like that is, I guess that is why it was being compared. I also had a face-to-face moment on feeling like I was like sexualizing myself before anyone else can sexualize me. And I actually read about this in the Four Agreements, how it says, because we get so scared that other people are going to judge us, we get so scared that people are going to hate us or abuse us or mistreat us and all this stuff, that before they can even do it, we do it to ourselves. And now that I'm saying this out loud, I'm like, holy crap, wow. Because like it's so like, it puts me so in awe and in such a like higher perspective of how to see things. Because when I was first experiencing like these people getting compared, I was literally like blaming myself for even comparing these two people. And I was like, okay, like why is my brain doing this? Like, why do I feel the same way that I feel when I was like face to face with the person that did hurt me? I was like, why do I feel the same way with this person? Like what? Like, because you can literally, I talked about this before, but when you're so used to experiencing toxic people, it doesn't mean that they have to abuse you or neglect you or manipulate you or just whatever it is that they do. It just like when you're experiencing toxic people in general, or when you're used to that growing up, whether that be within your parents, whether you see that within your siblings, whatever it may be, those same toxic traits can still pass on to you, and you can attract those toxic traits in a person or in a situation or in a relationship, whatever it may be. Like you can still attract those things because it's what you're comfortable with. So to you, it's like normal for people to act like this way. Even if it's bad, you can still have a lot of love for it, or literally like someone that is toxic, because in the back of your mind, your subconscious is still so used to toxic people. Like something that I also knew when I was experiencing this, but also at the same time, it was like I was criticizing myself for comparing these two different people. But after I was like after I had sat down with myself and been like, okay, these two people get compared and I hate that and I do not like that, like it sucks really bad. I was like, okay, but I can't continue like blaming myself. In my dream, I was at this place, and I remember this person this like famous person came in and was like looking for dancers. And I remember in my dream, like I wanted to be like one of the dancers or whatever. So I remember I like went, and like you were supposed to like perform like right then and there, so I did that.
Hello, it's me again. As I'm editing this video, I just want to come on here and say that yesterday I watched this video specifically about what I just talked about right there. So oh my gosh, I will put a link to it down in the description if you want to go watch that or listen to that. It was this guy talking about being in your queen mindset, and he literally talks about, I literally commented the timestamp on his video because he talks about this exact situation. And yeah, if you want to go watch that, go watch it.
But I remember as I was performing, like I was also like sexualizing myself so much for this performance, to like be able to be a dancer. I remember sexualizing myself so much, to the point where it led this other, like the famous person, to basically like start hitting on me when those weren't my intentions. Like I just wanted to dance, but also at the same time when I was dancing, I was sexualizing myself, because I have and had this like perception that
because since I was small, I was always so sexualized. Like, not only being a woman, you get so sexualized, but especially if you like have a butt, or if you have boobs, or if you have curves, or if you're Hispanic, like literally, like you just get sexualized from the moment you're literally born to like for the rest of your life. And it's so sad and disgusting that it even is like that, but it's true. And because I had experienced that for my whole life, and then experiencing like something way more traumatic, and that being my perception of the world, of like how people see me is basically sexualized. I was already sexualizing myself before anyone else can even sexualize me, although there are people that literally still sexualize me even if I'm like there, like just what, don't get that. But yeah, like even though there are people that still sexualize me, like regardless of what I do, and not only me, but like literally anybody, like when people weren't sexualizing me, I was sexualizing myself, because I was just waiting for the moment that they did sexualize me, or that they did hurt me, or that they did say something that was like toxic or traumatic to me. I was like basically already doing that to myself, causing self-sabotage to prevent myself from being hurt when it did happen. But
hello, I also want to say that sexualizing myself to protect myself and to prevent the feeling of scared or hurt or pain only prolonged the experience of actually feeling those lower vibrational feelings. Although they are still very much valid, it only prolonged the experience of feeling scared or feeling like I have to protect myself, instead of actually living a peaceful life and dealing with whatever happens in only that moment, instead of like carrying it on with me throughout.
Cycle is also like one of those periods where like you are like tuning in. I really am a big believer that when you are on your moon cycle, or when you're about to get it, you really shouldn't do anything. You should just listen to your body and rest and all this stuff, and just really tune into your womb and nurture your womb, which is something that I never really did. I kind of always, because I wasn't really raised in the way where you are supposed to like nurture your divine feminine and take care of yourself and nurture yourself as a woman, regardless of what sex you identify, because we all have masculine and feminine energies. But because me specifically, like because we were never raised in a household where it was like be nice to yourself, like as a woman nurture yourself, it was never something that I did. But now we're rewriting the whole scripture. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. But yeah, that's something that I started doing. So I really take that really, really seriously, and just like, I like to tune in to listen, and yeah, just nurture myself and love myself the way that I'm supposed to, and be gentle with myself. Even when I do have really hard days, or when I have really face-to-face moments, when I'm connecting with spirit, with the universe. So yeah, now I have some pinto beans heating up. I never made pinto beans, so we'll see how those come out. And then I also have my rice cooking. Do some kale in there right now, so that as it's warming up, it can steam my kale. Some watermelon now, and then I'm gonna go outside for a walk while my pinto beans cook. And then yeah. When you actually tune into yourself and what your energy and your body, mind, and spirit are telling you to do, like, life literally feels like $1,000,000 and there's a bug. But yeah, I know that's like an actual phrase. I think I've heard it somewhere, but like literally that's the best way that I can express how I feel right now is like a million trillion bajillion dollars, because I am tuning in and listening to myself and doing what I want to be doing, and it just feels so amazing. Like literally my body wanted to come outside and just literally sit outside and enjoy my watermelon in the breeze and in nature, and that's what I'm doing, and it feels really good. The ground is so warm, like it literally is like healing my body. The other day I was meditating in my room and I got so in tune with my energy that I was literally able to like feel and see the wavelengths of my energy through like my senses and through like my third eye. Like I was literally able to feel and see the wavelengths that I was like, that I'm like projecting out into the world, and it was just like, wow.
I recently bought this like grater thing. I have no idea what it's called. Is it actually called a grater? Because in Spanish it's called like the rallador, which means the writer. So now I put my kale in this like bowl separately. I have my carrots here, so I'm just gonna add my carrots. I might have put too much carrot. Okay, I'm just gonna season like that. When I was smaller, as a snack, my mom used to cut up carrots and we would put lemon and tahini on it, and that would like, I remember I used to love eating that as a kid. And also when you eat carrots and lemon, it cleanses your whole body system, so it's also really good like cleanser of like any toxins or like any parasites and stuff like that. So a bit of liquid aminos, just a little bit because this stuff's strong. Love sesame seeds, like just it just tastes good. So I'm gonna go ham with those. Put a little bit of sugar, trust me. I don't know why I'm whispering, but I'm gonna try my beans. And I obviously seasoned them with some chili, crushed chili peppers, some sage, a little bit of dill, a little bit, and when I mean a little bit, I mean literally like one, because dill is literally such a strong herb. And then I put some garlic and some onion on there. They're pretty good. It needs like a few more minutes. So I'm back upstairs now, back in my room, and I put my hair up because it was getting too much. But let me show you guys my food. Okay, like you can't really see, but that is my food. Some beans and some rice, some kale, carrots, sesame seeds, a tomato, and I got a piece of bread because it smells so good. Like I can't even explain how good it smells with the cat hair. Great. Also my cat has been getting into this habit of literally eating all my food. Like as soon as I come in my room with food, like
he honestly, it was my fault because I gave him a piece of my food one time and he literally ate it. And I have this theory, I guess it's a theory, that why would a animal eat something that's bad for them? You know what I mean? Like, is chocolate really bad for animals? Or because, like, why would they want to eat it if it's bad for them? Like, I feel like they would just know that within themselves. Like, you know. Anyways, I've literally had that, like, theory for, like, since I was a little kid. But anyways, that's my food. And now I'm just gonna watch. So I've been watching this show called Barry. And literally, oh my gosh, so crazy. So I think I'm gonna continue watching that. And when I tell you guys it's so crazy, I'm on season 2, episode 6. So I'm just gonna do that while I eat. Anyways, I thought my parent got home, so I just put my laptop away and I kind of just been sitting here scrolling through YouTube to see what I want to watch. But I actually think I'm gonna read a little bit now. Oh, he's such a good boy. Oh, he's such a good flea boy. Fleetwood Mac. Hi. Oh, I love you so much. Hello, my little flea boy. Escape, they get drunk because they don't like themselves, they don't like their lives. There are many ways that we hurt ourselves when we don't like who we are. And on the other hand, if you take action just for the sake of doing it without expecting a reward, you will find that you enjoy every action you do. When you do your best, you don't give the judge the opportunity to find you guilty or to blame you. Oh, thanks for dirtying my book with your nostril water. It's really going to set you free. When you do your best, you learn to accept yourself, but you have to be aware and learn from your mistakes. You do your best because you want to do it, not because you have to do it. When you surrender and let go of the past, you allow yourself to be fully alive in the moment. Reading the book, messages kept coming up about what I was talking about earlier in the video, about how like sexualizing yourself and like how that was coming up for me through my dream. And like I just had a whole like sit down moment as I was reading. Like it just felt like putting my book down and like really sitting with myself, like basically allowing myself to feel how heavy I was feeling and like how I was feeling within that specific situation, with what did happen and stuff like that. I know I don't really like say what happened. I don't feel the need to say what did happen. Basically had like a whole sit down moment right now and like again had this like face-to-face conversation within myself. I don't have to put up with people who do sexualize me in person. That I don't have to put up with these types of people, and specifically men. I also want to say that in this part I do talk about how men have normalized it to sexualize women so much, but I want to change my words to society has conditioned men to think that it's okay for them to sexualize women constantly instead of actually uplifting women and treating them like queens, how we deserve to be. But when you experience the trauma of actually like being abused or assaulted, plus on top of like constantly being sexualized regardless of who you are or what you look like, has a whole different effect on your being and how you express yourself, not even sexually, but just express yourself overall. I remember for like so long, this was actually when I was first figuring out like my sexuality and stuff like that, I remember for so long hating myself. And I obviously am gonna get emotional in this like video because
it's just such a sensitive topic still. Although I do feel called to talk about it, it's still like raw feelings that are being felt and that have to be like experienced. But I remember for such a long time, we're just always like in the beginning stages, because I was also figuring out my sexuality and I was also coming to terms of what had happened to me when I was younger, and like actually being like, wait, no, that wasn't just like my mind playing tricks on me, like that actually did happen. Also, I feel like part of it was because I felt like I had to make myself look ugly so that people would no longer sexualize me. And there are people that are gonna sexualize women all the time, and it's constantly happening. And not only women, like there's also women that can sexualize men. So it's not just like men, but the majority of what it is men that you hear most of. I realized that a huge reason on why I did have the need to make myself feel ugly was because I was living with this person, and because the people around me, even after opening up about what happened, them not really doing anything about it. And so I basically just like felt this need to just like feel shitty all the time, because in my mind I basically made the assumption of like, okay, these people are treating me shitty, so that means that I'm gonna just treat myself shitty so that no one can like me, so that no one can have a crush on me, so that no one can think I'm pretty. Basically, trauma. Yeah, I just felt like speaking about that for a second, because I know I'm not the only one that's experienced similar things, and I know that it's helped me a lot hearing other people's like stories. It's always really hard to face things when you expect so highly of what people and how people should be treating you, whether that be with respect, with love, or yeah, however that may be. But as I was crying, I started crying because of that phrase that I said earlier in the video, where I was like, before we even allow other people to hurt us or to abuse us or to reject us or to judge us, we do that to ourselves before we allow these people to even do it to us. And in my case, I did it as a form of protection, as a form of like basically judging and hurting myself and abusing myself before anyone can do that to me, so that it can hurt less when people did do that to me, or if they even did do that to me, I would do it to myself before, so that it would like hurt less. But I know now that regardless, it's like it's gonna hurt either way if people do stuff like that, and I shouldn't have the expectations of people doing these things, if that makes sense, because people shouldn't be doing that at all. People shouldn't be hurting you or making you feel like you're less than, or making you feel like you're small, or making you feel unloved. Like, that's not how you should treat people, or how people should treat you at the end of the day. So within me having that expectation of people are gonna treat me shitty, people are gonna treat me like I'm less than, like, it was already causing that ripple effect of energy, I feel like, for people to actually treat me bad and to actually be toxic towards me, or to manipulate me, or to hurt me and stuff like that. So yeah, although I did not deserve everything that I experienced in this moment now, it's like it did happen, and I did experience everything that I've experienced, and that's okay.
and I can now like move on little by little, however that looks, and do my best as I move on, and just like feel into this like new energy that's coming through, if that makes sense. I really feel like I had this moment because I had to tune into myself and allow myself to know that I deserve people who are gonna be gentle with me and people who are going to love me. These tears are like tears of gratitude now, because to be here now in this moment and to be able to say like, I know that people can love me unconditionally, and I know that I can love me unconditionally. I know that I'm gonna allow people, and I am allowing people to love me unconditionally, and that I never had to live with this expectation of people having to be shitty to me. Like, it just makes me feel so much gratitude for being able to get to this point. And I actually had a couple more crying sessions about this throughout this whole week, because like within saying affirmations and within getting back into with myself what I love doing, like, so grateful to be able to be at this point in my life where I'm like, that I can say I love myself, that I can say that no to toxic shitty people, that I've gotten the courage to be myself, and that I've gotten the courage to do things for myself. Because growing up, like, that was never the case. That was never like the situation. And yeah, like, it was always shitty, and don't get me wrong, still very much is shitty, but there's also like, when I tune back into myself without thinking about like the living situation, and without thinking about everything else that's happened in my life, and just going within myself and being in tune within myself, and really just breathing in my own presence, like, I know that at my core it's just peace and gratitude and just so much love that's like ready to share. And I'm so excited that I am being able to experience that already within myself and within people. Like, I recently like started talking to more people, and the people that I have talked to recently, and the conversations that I've had recently, and just the overall energy, which is it's just like such a blessing to be able to be at this point in my life where all my manifestations are literally like sprouting right in front of my eyes, and I'm just taking it in, and like, I know I'm so deserving of all of this, and like all this peace, all this love, and all this like gratitude that I have for everyone and everything. It's so funny because as I was talking right now, the download came through a while ago. Like, I used to write down like the exact feeling of how it would feel when I would get to this point of where I'm at now. Like, in the past, I would write down in my journal, like, I know that one day I'm gonna feel so much love, so much gratitude, that all I'm gonna do is like cry because of how much love and gratitude I'm feeling, and how much support I'm experiencing. And so I'm gonna normalize it to cry on this channel, because I really am just so grateful to experience all this like abundance and gratitude, and just being able to sit with myself and just like really take in the experience that I am experiencing, and just like, wow, I am so grateful and just so honored to be able to live the life that I've lived, and to be able to experience like the wisdom that I've experienced already. And yeah, I'm excited for this next journey, And yeah, I hope wherever you're at, happy Cancer season. Happy Cancer season. Feelings, these tears were tears of joy and also tears of grieving and tears of gratitude for myself and just love and peace. So I give thanks, and I'm gonna listen to some music now. I have this one playlist that I listen to specifically when I do have moments of just like peace and ease and gratitude, just want to just really tap into that energy of gratitude. I want to thank you guys for showing up with me today for this video. Thank you for sharing my energy, thank you for tuning in, and thank you for allowing me to be myself on here, and thank you to myself for choosing to be myself and allowing myself to be myself as a human being, as a spiritual being having a human experience, because wow. So yeah, anyways, thank you so much. I give so much grace, so much thanks, so much love, and so much unconditional love, so much unconditional love that I'm sending your way. And I love you guys, and I hope you guys can feel this amount of unconditional love that is flowing your way in this very moment. So anyways, I love you so much and I cherish you so much. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.